All right, what's going on, everybody? Here to talk some boxing. Um, Man, there's a lot of stuff to report, talk on, man. So I decided to start early. So I got a little bit of a drive, so I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things. So it's a lot of different news that's coming out. And at the end of the day, man, I just got to keep it real on one thing, and I'm gonna talk about that before I end the video because, like I said, it's just getting to the point to where niggas constantly show how fake they is and what's up with them. So, you know, yeah, what's up? What's up? So, yeah, it's just a lot to talk about. So, and later on today, I'm off today, so man, I got some fire coming. I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I'm not going nowhere. So I got some heat coming. I got some heat coming today. So not just about boxing, just a whole bunch of stuff. I'm about to like let P Diddy have it. I'm gonna let a couple of other people. I'm gonna let some of these black man hating YouTube uh chicks have it. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna talk some music, but yeah, it's on today. One, I'm mad because 2 days in a row I didn't have to work like 14 hours. So but it is what it is. All right, so let me let me start with the boxing. All right, so once again we talking about Lomachenko getting his ass beat by Teofimo Lopez. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute because that's what I'm gonna start off talking about. You know, Speaking of Teofimo Lopez, I'm gonna just brief y'all. This is what I've been hearing, the latest on Teofimo Lopez. Now, keep in mind, Teofimo Lopez was talking in code anyway. Teofimo Lopez, from what I hear, may fight, one more fight at 135. He may do a mandatory title defense or, fight, like I said, he entitled to one bum bash, but then he's gonna move up to 140. And basically, if you heard what he said, his post-fight interview, he said that him and Devin Haney could meet at 140 when he called him the email champion. So basically, more than likely, Devin Haney should wait it out a little bit if he wants. Because if Teofimo you need to stop fucking me. Nah, it's too late for that. It's way too late. It's way too late for that. Awful. Lomo too deep in the game to be fighting 8 rounds. And plus he old already. He already 30, 32, 33. So it's too late for him to start fighting 8 round fights. I know what you said since he since he didn't start fighting till like the 8th round. So yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good one. But real talk, Teofimo is probably gonna move up to 140. And here's some other news that I'm gonna break to you guys now. Rumor has it that Lomachenko could be leaving Top Rank as well as Bud. It appears that Bud's fight with Kell Brook is probably his last fight. Hey, what's up, TJ? It appears that his last fight with Top Rank is gonna be more than likely Kell Brook. Oh, Lomachenko did the Oscar De La Hoya. Like, Lomachenko was bothered. Teofimo got in his head. when he said this fight ain't going past 6, and his dad was saying, man, that bothered Lomachenko. And then when Lomachenko got touched, when Lomachenko got clipped, and them exchanges, he'd back up. But there is a rumor that Teofimo might get offered a rematch for big money with Lomachenko on pay-per-view. But that ain't gonna sell because Lomachenko's already been beat. Well, as I said before, Bud's last fight more than likely will be against Kell Brook with Top Rank. Because Bob told Fred that he willing to let Bud go to PBC. At the end of the day, I've been telling y'all this. While people sitting up there jumping for joy, saying, yay, Bud may be coming to PBC, at the end of the day, Al Heyman wasn't going to do business. Al Heyman wasn't going to do business with Bob Arum. He wasn't going to do business with him, so what's the use of keeping him, on there? And then plus, if you Bud, you would be totally insulted by how ESPN kept putting you on the back burner when you was doing better ratings than Lomachenko and you was getting knockouts. And this is what people ask of black fighters, because everybody bitch whined and moaned about Andre Ward and Floyd not like finishing people. But keep in mind, Andre Ward's last professional fight was against a pound for pound fighter, and Andre Ward stopped him. But people say we don't want to see that. We want knockouts. Well, Bud was damn near knocking everybody out. But somehow, some way, they didn't want to market Bud. And ESPN put all their stock into Lomachenko, a dude who can't speak English worth a damn, who's very uninteresting outside of boxing. And once again, it backfired tremendously. They should have been rallying behind Bud. They should have been trying to promote Bud, but they wanted to make this subliminal race thing and try to brainwash people into believing that Lomachenko was actually better than what he really was. And it's a good thing. And I'm going to tell you something. When I say Teofimo did what he did was for the greater good of boxing, because had Lomachenko beat Teofimo Lopez, you would have had them saying Lomachenko was the greatest fighter of all time. Teofimo had to win that fight. He had to win that fight. And I cannot thank and his father enough for coming up with again to beat Lomachenko, for exposing Lomachenko. When I say it was a sign of relief when I heard Teofimo's name called as the winner. And that's why at the end of the day, and I'm trying to get in contact with Teofimo. I'm gonna try to get him on here. I'm making the phone calls right now, so I'm reaching out. I'm gonna try. If I can't get Teofimo, I'll try to get his daddies. I got my people like reaching out to them. So I'm gonna see, can I get Teofimo on here? So like I said, I cannot thank Teofimo enough for getting rid of Lomachenko, because Lomachenko is pretty much done. He can't come back from this. Like I said, it was insulting for years to have ESPN disrespecting not just black fighters, just pretty much every fighter from all walks of life. A dude with less than 20 fights in, they trying to say this dude. And like I say, Bob Arum really made an ass out of himself. And whether people like it or not, he just sounded ignorant. And that's the only way you can put it. But then you find out that Bob Arum have a don't fight certain nigga list. According to Cameron Duncan. But like I said, I was ahead of the curve. Once again, I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm keeping it 100. I told y'all like I said, I wasn't worried about the backlash I got when people were saying, oh, Tayon Bendis hates white fighters. He hates non-black fighters. Nah, that ain't the case. I just hate hype jobs. I hate dudes that get all this praise who didn't deserve it. Like I said, how do you have a dude that lost to a dude with double-digit losses better than Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Robinson, Henry Armstrong, Aaron Pryor, Sugar Ray Leonard, Larry Holmes, Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, Joe Frazier? How do you have a dude with a record like Lomachenko and better than Oscar? And I don't even like Oscar De La Hoya. Better than Joe. He ain't even better. Lomachenko ain't even better than Joe Calzaghe, Salvador Sanchez, Ricardo Lopez. For real, Juan Manuel Marquez, Eric Morales. How do you have that dude better than all those dudes? How can you sit up there with a straight face and try to insult people? Like I said, I took the backlash. I didn't give a damn. I wasn't worried about these people. I wasn't worried about that. I didn't care what people thought about me. I didn't care about people calling me a racist. I didn't care about that because like I said, Lomachenko, I told you he wasn't that good, just like I told you Triple G wasn't that good. Like I said, now that Lomachenko lost, like I said, a few months ago, everybody made it about race when Wilder lost to Tyson Fury. But now all of a sudden they don't want to talk about race now that the great white hype job, not the great white hope, the great white nope, because nope, he wasn't that good to begin with. Lomachenko got carefully placed with certain opponents. Everything ended Saturday. Paulie Malignaggi, with his stupid ass, he sounds like a moron now. And I know Paulie Malignaggi somewhere was like, man. That's another dude, and I told people about Chocolate Tito too. That's another dude that I told people about. I said Roman Gonzalez wasn't that good. Who did Roman Gonzalez fight to get elevated to number one? I know all them people that's bombarding Paulie Malignaggi's social media accounts. Paulie probably calling them all kind of moolies. He probably calling him all kind of moolies. Oh, you moolion. Janero Hernandez would have murked. Janero Hernandez would have murked Lomachenko. Manny Pacquiao would have murked. Yeah, Paulie somewhere, J-Dog with his head tucked between his tail, calling us moolies. But that's okay. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'll be a moolie. I'll be a moolie. I'll be whatever you call me. Because like I said, I was right. Just because I don't look, I don't have to be an X and O guy, X's and O guy, like breaking down fights punch per punch, which I can do. I know boxing. Reason why Paulie Malignaggi talks so much shit about black people because he got his girl snatched by a black dude and Adrian Broner. That's why. But, you know, it is what it is. Paulie. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. Hey, Paulie. Ain't that how they talking? Ain't that how they talking? Like I said, what you expect? Paulie from Bensonhurst. Do your history on Bensonhurst. That's where that incident with Joseph Hawkins happened at. 16-year-old kid. 16-year-old kid. Gunned down. Because they thought he came there to come see a Italian girl, when he was actually coming there to look at a used car. So I'm just saying. But let me get to Devin Haney now. Let me get to Devin Haney. Is there pressure for Devin Haney to stop Gamboa? Well, not really, but it'll be nice. I think Devin is going to stop Gamboa. If not, Devin Haney's going to dominate that fight. Devin Haney and his dad have already said that they're going to move up multiple weight classes. You know, I was right at Bill's house. Bill think that Devin could go as high as 160. And I told Bill I don't know about that. I think Devin would reach his peak probably at 154. Devin is big, but he not big enough like I think to be at 154, because those 154 dudes are very big. They're tall. They walk around at 180, 90 pounds. Jarrett Hurd is 6'1", 6'2". I think Jarrett Hurd is might be 6'2". You know what I'm saying? Jamel Charlo is 5'11", 6 feet. So they got some big dudes up there. But then again, by the time Devin get to 154, those dudes would probably be fighting at, a higher weight class anyway. They might be at 160, 168. So there's a chance Devin Haney won't have to run into those type of dudes. And I think Devin would have to fight the right type of dude at 154. And it ain't no disrespect to Dev. Ain't no disrespect to Bill. You gotta keep it a buck. You gotta keep it a buck. But let me talk about Bob Arum. As I said before earlier in the live stream, Bob Arum told Fred that, hey, Bud should go fight. It's nothing left. It's nothing left for Bud at top rank. Like I said, they're not going to do business with not those kind of fights. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was Bud, I'm looking for the stoppage. With Kell Brook, I'm looking for the stoppage, because you never know what could happen in that fight. So if I'm Bud, I'm trying to stop Kell Brook. I'm trying to stop Kell Brook, and I think Bud will stop Kell Brook. I think he's gonna stop him. Because it's just, at the end of the day, like I said, I don't work for none of these promotional companies, but Bob has pretty much admitted that he can't get certain fights made. He can't get certain fights made, and that's just the bottom line. Now, I gotta talk about this thing with Bud and this Errol Spence thing. I gotta be completely honest, because I'm just gonna keep it 100. Now, it's gonna be some people that ain't gonna like what I have to say about this, but I'm keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it a buck because, like I said, I'm gonna keep it 100. As I said before, I'm not no PBC nut hugger. I'm not no Al Heyman nut hugger. I'm not no Errol Spence nut hugger. I mess with Spence. I've interviewed Spence. And I hope Spence don't take nothing that I say the wrong way. And if I have try to interview him, refuse to talk to me. But if he do, I get over it. That's okay. I'm not gonna bash Errol Spence or nothing like that. And I'm not talking about Errol Spence, but a lot of these content creators, and I'm not gonna say their names. You know who they are. You know who these dudes are. Hey, appreciate that, J-Dog. Hey, J-Dog, you gonna have to I want to come on your next live stream, man, because we got a lot to talk about. Because I'm gonna expose P. Diddy, and I already exposed Kobe Covington, that racist. He's still trolling LeBron. Okay, J-Dog. What time you gonna be on? Hit my email like 10 minutes before you go on so me and you can cook. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. But I'm definitely gonna get at P. Diddy. So I'm definitely gonna get at P. Diddy and a lot of these fake rappers. So y'all, like I said, I'm putting out some fire today. 7 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, that's 5. That's 4:30 my time. Okay, that's very doable because I'm off today. Y'all subscribe to J-Dog's channel, man. Real good content. That's my homie. So subscribe to his channel, please. So, I'm just gonna tell the truth. Some of these content creators on YouTube, like I say, they Al Heyman extremists and Errol Spence apologists and PBC nut huggers. I just don't do that, man. Because like I said, I'm not getting paid by nobody. Like, for real. I'm going to tell you something. Why all of a sudden the narrative changed now? People asked Bud to fight Kell Brook. Okay. People asked Bud, man, you need to fight Kell Brook. You need to fight Kell Brook. Now that he fighting him, now all of a sudden, they saying he might get exposed. Now all of a sudden he might get, no, what it is, these niggas is hoping that he lose to Kell Brook because that means that he don't have to fight Errol Spence. Let me tell you something. A lot of these niggas on here really don't believe what they be saying. And like I said, you know who they are. A lot of these dudes ain't as confident in Errol Spence beating Bud like they say they is. Nah, they just hoping that Bud loses to Kell Brook. And then if Kell Brook gets stopped, then the new excuse is gonna be something else. Like I said, we already have proof. Came out of Danny Garcia's mouth. Came out of Keith Thurman's mouth. Came out of Sean Porter's mouth back in the day. Bud tried to fight all them dudes, and those fights didn't take place. It was a freeze out, and I don't want to hear about he shouldn't have re-signed with Bob Arum. What did that have to do with you making fights that the fans want to see? Because I'm just keeping it 100. Like I said, a lot of these niggas on here really ain't that confident that Bud gonna lose to Errol Spence, and that they think Bud is gonna get blew away by Errol Spence. Because one, I guess y'all didn't see that video. What's up, Ronald? I guess you didn't see that video where Bud is a championship wrestler. And Bud then grew into that 147. Like I keep saying. Okay, they say Benavidez was a bomb bash. But like I said, keep in mind, he tried to fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman admitted that he turned down a fight with Bud. And now that Keith Thurman is falling into obscurity, now all of a sudden he asking for $10 million. So I'm gonna get to Errol Spence in a minute too. Ask me, do I give a damn what these other dudes think? Like I told you, I say what I want to say. And I'm not talking about nobody, but I told you, I'm me. And a lot of these dudes don't want to hear the truth. Now, all of a sudden that this fight been made, they're hoping that Bud gets exposed by Kell Brook. They not that confident, y'all. Go look at that. I'm going to put that video up of Bud manhandling this African dude wrestling. Bud was a championship caliber wrestler. So to think that Errol Spence is going to have a strength advantage, you sadly mistaken. Go watch that Jeff Horn fight. When Bud was ragdolling Jeff Horn. When Jeff Horn was trying to clinch and Bud kept like pushing him off of him. And remember, that was Bud's first fight at 147. And he took Jeff Horn apart. Dominated him. Beat the dude that beat Manny Pacquiao. But like I said, Jeff Horn was a credible opponent for the PBC fighters until Bud got a hold of him. Amir Khan was a credible opponent until Bud got a hold of him. Oh, well, he got knocked out by Canelo. Okay. But he got knocked out by Danny Garcia. So you would have thought that Danny Garcia, remember, they offered Danny Garcia $3 million to fight the three. These niggas don't be telling you. That's what these other niggas don't be telling you. They have to, a lot of these dudes have tell you that. Cause see, let me tell you something else that's also going on. Errol Spence is contradicting himself. Now this came out of Errol Spence's mouth. Didn't Errol Spence say last month that he not gonna lead the division without fighting Bud? But then just yesterday, he comes out and said, oh, I want Manny Pacquiao, and then I'm gonna go up to 160 and fight Canelo because it's getting hard for me to make 147. Now this came out of Errol Spence's mouth. Now if Bud comes to PBC and then Errol Spence moves up in weight, the Errol Spence apologists ain't gonna be able to talk their way out of this. Ask me, like I said, do I give a damn about these niggas getting mad? Because I told you, I don't follow nobody's script. Like I said, these niggas is worried. Now, I'm just saying, that came out of Errol Spence's mouth. Not mine. He said that. So he contradicted himself. Is you gonna fight Bud or not? He didn't even mention Bud's name. He said that. I didn't. You just said you not gonna lead the division, but you already talking about that you want to go up to 160 and fight Canelo at Cowboy Stadium at 160 because you said you could comfortably make 160. See, this is what a lot of these dudes ain't telling you. See, they ain't telling you the whole side of the story where you getting it from me because I'm honest. And like I said, at the end of the day, the reason why people try to discredit Bud is because they don't like him. A lot of people, they just don't like him. Now, like I said before, has Bud brought this on himself? Absolutely. For how Bud has treated black media. How he, and that's the fact. But like I said, I got over it. Bud eventually talked to me, but like I said, I can't make Bud talk to me, and I'm not gonna hold no grudges. And people, and like I said, they pick and choose when they have fake outrage. Oh, well, Bud talked to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is a racist. Well, yeah, Joe Rogan is a racist. But Deontay Wilder did an interview with him. You see how finicky people is? Just like you have these morons that's sitting up here bashing Ice Cube about that contract to black people. that he sent to both Joe Biden and Donald Trump. But Donald Trump responded first, so now Ice Cube been canceled by CNN. First of all, no white people can't ever cancel another black man on my behalf because white people don't speak for me. Ice Cube ain't even remotely canceled in my book. So let me get this straight. Y'all trying to cancel Ice Cube, but y'all ain't canceled Curtis Jackson? I like his TV shows. But 50 Cent then attacked black men and black women on a regular basis, hardly says anything when it comes to black people. It's easy to take shots at Oprah because Oprah Winfrey is an easy target. This man has attacked black men and black women on a regular basis. Said he wanted to fight Nick Cannon over Eminem. And Terry Crews ain't canceled? Is you serious? All that cool stuff that Terry Crews did said, so he ain't canceled? Man, stop it. If y'all don't get y'all asses out of here, please stop it. You embarrassing yourself. Like I said, Ice Cube ain't remotely canceled. Like I said, Ice Cube did more for the black community than most of these people that's sitting up here trying to cancel him. What has Roland Martin ever did for the black community? Oh yeah, let me expose Roland Martin right quick. Let me expose Roland Martin. First of all, Black Fight Fan 7-8, when that story first came out, when he was working for TV1, when that story first came out about Oscar De La Hoya and those emails, those racist and bigoted emails towards Al Heyman about him being the N-word and the Black Hitler and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. When we first got hold of those emails, we sent them to guys like Roland Martin. We sent them to a bunch of black media outlets. You know what Roland Martin told us, the LDBC? He asked us, well, what do you want me to do about it? But he trying to get Ice Cube canceled? Nigga, please. Yeah, y'all need to hear this. Did y'all know that? We sent those emails to a bunch of media outlets. And they didn't want to take on the story. So that's Roland Martin for you. He trying to get Ice Cube canceled? Man, stop it. Like I say, Ice Cube been putting in work for the community. He ain't like one of them dudes every time something happened, he called a press conference. Ice Cube done fed the homeless. He do stuff. He started his own basketball league, for God's sake. How many people did that? And then I can tell you this much. Name one Ice Cube movie where he put on a dress. Okay? Most of the movies that Ice Cube put out, he put his own money into it. He wrote it. He produced it. So I'm just saying. You think I'm gonna let CNN tell me I need to cancel? I'm trying to be cool. I don't want to use too much profanity on here because then YouTube start playing these games. But yeah, I had to say that. So like I said, Roland Martin, we sent that story to him. And he didn't want to do nothing about it. He asked us, what do you want me to do? Report it. Report it. Now, like I said, I stand with Ice Cube 100%. I stand with Ice Cube 100%. That's just real talk. But yeah, That's your boy Roland. That's your boy Roland Martin for you. He asked us, what do he want us to do? You could ask everybody. You could go to Black Reality TV. You could go to Dream Chasing Boxing. You could go to K-Hole. You could ask 7-8 himself. He asked us, what do you want me to do? So that just goes to show you that a lot of these dudes really don't care about racism and bigotry towards blacks. Because I told you, we open season, we fair game to everybody. Everybody could disrespect us. But that's real. But yeah, man. But yeah, that's Roland Martin. But let me get back to the Bud situation. But that's what's really going on, man. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. But I just had to put him on blast. Everybody can verify this. All the original LDBC members can verify this. Quest, like I said, 7-8, Black Fight Fan, me. I ain't gotta lie to y'all. I'm telling you, that's what Roland Martin did. We sent him that story when he was working with TV1. And keep in mind, once again, all these dudes like Roland Martin. Yeah, I do. Well, here's the thing. We about to find out. So now, here's the thing. So like I said, so now if Bud comes to PBC and he don't get all these fights, then what's the excuse gonna be? What's the excuse gonna be then? But the plan is, now this is the plan. If Bud leaves Top Rank after the Kell Brook fight, more than likely he comes to PBC if Sean doesn't get a rematch with Keith Thurman or a rematch with Errol Spence, then you would see a pay-per-view showdown between Bud and Sean Porter. Well, I'm going to say this much. This is once again, I got ignored about this. Not you, but I got ignored about Al Heyman putting, Pacquiao, in front of everybody. Because like I said, it's a question of what Pacquiao, the writing in the fine print was going on in Pacquiao's contract. Now keep in mind, it was first announced that Pacquiao signed a 3-fight deal with PBC, and he's 2 fights in. Then there was, oh no, it's a 2-fight deal, and then and then a fight-by-fight basis. But from what I heard, Al Heyman told him that he specifically had to fight Errol Spence, and he also would let Manny Pacquiao promote some of his fighters because Manny is a promoter as well. He has Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Now that was supposed to be part of the deal. But Pacquiao has failed to fight Errol Spence after basically saying, oh, I'll fight you. And then he went and fought Keith Thurman. He went and fought Keith Thurman, a dude who had only had basically 2 fights within 4 years, damn near. And he got a pass for that. And then he comes to PBC, right? He comes to PBC, he fights Adrian Broner. A dude that we already know don't throw no punches. But at the same time, he couldn't stop Adrian Broner, and Adrian Broner didn't even have a mark on his face. Then it was a discrepancy about drug testing. Adrian Broner reported Manny Pacquiao missed several test dates. Once again, nobody said nothing about that. I was one of the very few people that called the PBC and Al Heyman out on that. But you know that the PBC apologists, and you know who they are, didn't say nothing about that. But I did. But then Manny Pacquiao fans get mad. Well, you always accusing Manny Pacquiao because he does this. Then Keith Thurman fights him. Keith Thurman says Manny Pacquiao decided, hey, I don't want to take no random drug test. Al Heyman says, all right, fine. Then Manny Pacquiao, all of a sudden, for certain parts of the fight, he fighting like he 41 or 40, and he at certain times looked like he 25. But nobody says nothing. Like I told you, man, hey. Yeah, I know you did, bro. Because they wanted you to forget about it. I know you did. Because they wanted you to forget about it. They didn't want you to, they quickly swept that under the rug. But yet we holding everybody else accountable. But yet we so pissed off at the WBC for giving Canelo a pass for eating that mystery meat. But then the PBC gave Manny Pacquiao a pass to basically possibly take something to fight not one, but two black fighters. But then you got all these PBC nut huggers all of a sudden trying to protect Al Heyman. And that's complete BS. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, I want somebody to tell me where am I lying. I want somebody to tell me where am I lying. Where did I make this up? This is fact. This is documented. Like I said, some people can't handle what I say. Like I said, I ain't got no horse in the race. I'll call it right down the middle. Manny Pacquiao fought, and I ain't gonna say Keith Thurman is weak, but Keith Thurman definitely ain't what he was like 6 years ago. All the injuries, the surgeries, and we all know Adrian Broner can be shell-shocked at times. He admitted he ain't been the same since the Marcos Maidana fight. And they put Manny Pacquiao in there with him. And then you had all these issues with drug testing. But they don't want me to bring this up. Yeah, I know it's some people listening that's mad. But ask me, do I give a damn? Because like I said, y'all gonna hear the truth. Y'all gonna hear the truth because y'all deserve to hear the truth. Everybody hollering about, and like I said, this thing has haunted Manny Pacquiao for a while. And like I say, yes, technically Manny Pacquiao has never failed a drug test. Well, that's not technically true neither. Because Teddy Atlas reported that Manny Pacquiao has failed a drug test and hinted that Manny Pacquiao has failed a drug test. While his fans were sitting up here hollering about Floyd, like I said, man, town giving you the real, man. I'm giving you the real about the whole Errol Spence thing, the Bud Crawford thing. Like I said, I don't give a damn about the for real. Like, I mean, you just gotta call it how you see it, man. Like I said, I ain't get a check from nobody, man. So let me see, what else do we got? Oh, you didn't know? Bro, this was a while ago. This was about 8. You might can look it up because this was on ESPN. And they never really said this. Teddy Atlas reported that when they was trying to make Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, when all this bogus lawsuit stuff happened, Manny Pacquiao said that he would drop the lawsuit against, all this is documented. Manny Pacquiao said he would drop the law. See, this is what Manny Pacquiao's fans don't want to hear. Manny Pacquiao said in that lawsuit he would drop the lawsuit against Floyd if Floyd would agree to fight him with no drug testing. He said, I'll drop the lawsuit if you agree to fight me with no drug testing. Now, then Manny Pacquiao's team asked Floyd to stop talking about performance-enhancing drugs because it would be bad for the sport. And they also reported, Teddy Atlas also reported that Manny Pacquiao's team contacted Floyd Mayweather and said, well, if a positive test with Manny Pacquiao was to show up, what would you want done? Okay? Now, keep in mind, Floyd was about to countersue Manny Pacquiao for his drug test records that got took overseas. And there was something about an affidavit that got sent to Manny Pacquiao that had all of Floyd's testing dates, and they said that Floyd came out clean. Yeah, see, people don't want to talk about that, man. See, people don't want to talk about that. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao said that he would drop the lawsuit. See, they didn't want you to know that. Manny Pacquiao said he would drop the lawsuit if Floyd would fight him without no drug testing. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I know the truth hurts. But see, this is what the Pacquiao fans, they don't want you to know, and they get mad about. Oh, well, they're saying that Floyd failed it. Well, you know what? Like I said, the same way Manny Pacquiao allegedly has never failed a drug test, but he's been under way more suspicion. Now, keep in mind, Teddy Atlas flat out said Manny Pacquiao was on performance-enhancing drugs. Don't you remember after the Keith Thurman fight where he said, I don't know, maybe Manny Pacquiao found the fountain of youth? You know what Teddy Atlas was trying to say. I'm honest, man. I'm honest with mine. Like I said, I ain't got no horse in the race. For real. But let me get to this news with Kell Brook. The reason why Eddie Hearn has sort of like, I don't want to use the word blackball or whatever the case you want to, whatever the case may be, but it appears that Kell Brook is no longer with Matchroom Eddie Hearn. So Kell Brook is a promotional free agent, from my knowledge. The deal with Bud to fight Bud got brokered by Kell Brook's father. And Kell Brook got extra money. So that's why Kell Brook got $2 million and some change for this fight. And I think Bud is going to get $4 million. And that's why Sky Sports is not going to handle the distribution overseas. So that's what's going on. Now, let me report some more news before. Let me report some more news, and I'm gonna end this stream. And I appreciate y'all, like, tapping in with your boy. Now, there's also a rumor, and I don't know how true this is. There's also a rumor that Lomachenko, once again, put out a video talking about this and discussing it. There's also a rumor that Lomachenko could possibly be leaving Top Rank. That his contract may expire soon. That would be very interesting if Top Rank was to lose both Bud and Lomachenko. But like I said, from what I also been hearing, they're considering a Teofimo Lomachenko rematch. They may offer Teofimo a rematch. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't want to see this again. And most people I don't want to see a Lomachenko Teofimo rematch. I think we all believe what would be the end results in the next fight. I think Teofimo would attack Lomachenko. He would just go straight towards Lomachenko. And I think Lomachenko gets knocked out. Teofimo already know how to beat Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko gets stopped if they fight again. I think he gets knocked out like 4 rounds. I think he has the same fate Chocolatito has. If Lomachenko goes over to PBC, we already know what fight should be made. The rematch with Gary Russell Jr. That's the best fight that can be made. That's the fight that most of us would want. Because to me, Lomachenko and Gary Russell Jr. got some unfinished business. Not town business, but they got business. They got unfinished business. We all can attest to that. We all can testify. Because I think Lomo is going to go back down. Lomachenko is not built for 135. He's not built. He has, like I said, he wasn't big enough. It was a question about how big he was anyway. It was a question of how big Lomachenko was anyway for that division. And now it's been proven he just ain't big enough. He's just not big enough, ladies and gentlemen. He's not big enough. And yes, he fought there, but Teofimo Lopez clearly showed that Lomachenko, and I'm gonna tell you something. I said this once again about Lomachenko. If Lomachenko attempted to move up in weight, Lomachenko was gonna get seriously hurt. Lomachenko was gonna get hurt. Like Tim Bradley said, you take away Lomachenko's angles, he ordinary. And like I said, Lomachenko got desperate after the 8th round, and he tried to call himself trying to get into a firefight, and that almost was his ass. That was almost his ass. Because every time he tried to slug it out, and he got tapped, what did he do? He reset. What's up? What's up, Coco the Don? Every time Lomachenko got tapped, when he caught that, he'd catch that, when he'd catch a flush shot, he was like, whoa! He was like, whoa! Hey, appreciate that. He was like, whoa! He was like, nah, I gotta reset. It was questions about Lomachenko, and I got so mad because Teofimo was about to stop Lomachenko, and punk ass Russell Mora, he did the same thing Joe Cortez did to Marcos Maidana when Marcos Maidana was about to stop Amir Khan. It don't matter that Teofimo got a cut. It's like 20 seconds left. Lomachenko was about to go down. Now you see why Lomachenko be resetting. Lomachenko was scared. He was scared. Teofimo got in his head when he said this fight ain't going 6 rounds. He was so scared that he was going to... It's the same thing what happened with Manny Pacquiao. He was so scared. Manny Pacquiao was so worried that Floyd was setting him up for something, he completely abandoned his game plan. He was so worried about Floyd landing something he didn't see coming to where he just was like... Manny Pacquiao was so confused in that fight. And that's what I'm saying. That's what happened. That's what happened to Lomachenko. That stuff Devin Haney said, that stuff that Teofimo said, man, this fight ain't going 6 rounds. Because what happened? What did Lomachenko do the first 6 rounds? Run. That's what a lot of people were saying. Because we could call him Runachenko. Because he was backing up. He was backpedaling. So we could call him Runachenko. Because he was backing up. He was doing the reverse crip walk. Skip. skip. Nah, for real. But anyway, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Just look for the heat I got coming out. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. You know what I'm saying? My channel ain't nothing without y'all. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.